KZN is not the only province that has been affected by the recent floods. Many families were displaced in the northwest as well due to flooding. Let's go to eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila, who is in Deelpan, following the developments there. Aviwe, just give us an update on how it's looking in that area. Last week when he spoke to the local councillor, he said one person had been reported to have died.
More than 300 families, people have been displaced, moved away from their house because of the flooding that happened here. I'm actually standing on what used to be a tar road, Maseko, in Deelpan, the only tarred road that leads in and out of the village. It's totally flooded, and it's the only one that can be used at this moment, one that we had to drive through ourselves, and it's quite steep and deep. The car itself seemed to be flooded as we were driving in here, but it's the only road that the villagers of Deelpan can use, as the others have been totally flooded and can't be accessed. In fact, I want to catch up with the district mayor here to find out the extent of the situation here as we move in, Maseko, in one of the houses that have actually been also flooded, one of the dozens that have been flooded around here. Mayor, let me catch up with you and just to get the extent of the damage here. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, but maybe give us an idea of how many such houses and households have been impacted by these floods as we walk in.
Thank you very much. You are actually looking at approximately 300 to 400 households that have been affected negatively and severely in the same fashion, because as you can see, these households have submerged really literally underwater, and all other houses find this situation. The road you are talking about, it's the only drivable access roads, and as you could see, you couldn't drive on it unless you are driving a 4x4. So this is the situation. It has been like that. We have coordinated various efforts from various government departments. We have even summoned the South African National Defence Force, thanks to the assistance by President Ramaphosa.
And currently, I was about to ask those measures on the ground. We saw there's a community hall where it looks like some of these people that have been displaced are staying in. And I understand it's not the only village. Maybe take us through your plans as a municipality in assisting the people on the ground.
No, thank you very much. We have managed to remove several families, especially the female. We've got about 2 centers. The center you saw, it's a feeding point because many people are assisting us with food. But as the municipality, we have brought TLBs here. Our yellow fleet is here. What we've been trying to divert the water. As you can see, it has subsided a bit. We have coordinated all government departments, from public works to health. A clinic used to come here once. It's now coming here more than three days. Public works is here with its machinery. Literally, the Department of Agriculture is also here to look at dead animals, because when we were here last week, you could not move dead animals away, because as you can see, you can't access this place by vehicle or any other form. So as the municipality, that is what we have been doing. Literally all government, provincial government departments and the local municipalities are stationed here to provide a variety of services, including the South African National Defence Force.
You mentioned earlier on that you're housing mostly females at this temporary shelter. Is there any reason why is it mostly females? And maybe take us into your maybe longer term plans to help these families that have been displaced.
Look, it was by agreement. The male took a decision that they want to stay this side and guard their assets, because when they are on the other side of the road at the center, because of the issues of crime, their houses get vandalized and their assets get stolen. But that is the current situation. In the medium and immediate term, we have agreed with the Khosi here, the traditional leader here, to start consultation with the community with a view of moving some of them. So there is a consensus that reality is that with climate change upon us, this situation may improve slightly, but it may even get worse. So there's land identified by Khosi, and we have said, working with the Department of Coxstar, that we must do the environmental impact assessments there, look at whether we can house people there. So we already have a plan on providing housing already for them in case we've got a consensus, all of us, to move them. But there are worse households where we don't have an alternative but to move them, like the household where we are. There is no any other alternative, but we'll have to consider moving them. We may not move all of them. I must also indicate it is not only this village. This is a network of villages which are sitting on a similar topography. It's low-lying areas. It's just that Deelpan is the lowest lying area. But you've got close by Witban 1, Witban 2, you have Mooipan, you have Brooksby, you also have Lombatslachte. It's an interconnectedness of villages which are low-lying. That's why they're called Mooipan, Deelpan. It's small dams around those villages. So all of them are full, including the ones in the farms. So they are overflowing into villages. The water does not subside. It's stagnant.
Okay, thank you very much, Khumalo Molefe, the mayor of this district here. As you can see, it's better now as the sun is out, but still completely swamped. One of the houses, dozens of houses that are in a similar situation in Deelpan here, as even the main road is completely swamped. And we hear that the women and the children are being taken care of at neighboring community halls, while the males chose to stay behind and guarding their belongings.